Hello, this is a random video. I just felt like I want to speak around some random topics that is flashing for me these days. I want to talk about silence and I want to talk about nothingness. And there's a question mark there. Is it possible to speak about silence and nothingness? Or is it a shame? Is it a taboo? This is something I really want to talk about. I think maybe I wasn't so much aware that I wanted to talk about silence and nothingness so deeply, but I tried, I think, in several formats. Today I'm just acknowledging that and being present to this urge. Maybe this is, I thought I could just record something, just feeling that, I will share it later with audience. It is random, but there is a background, of course, it was building up. What makes me speak about this is, of course, while creating the multidimensional consciousness studies as an education program and designing the events around the themes, I think about this as from the educational perspective. Like, how can I bring this up, or how does it come out when I deliver the insights that I receive in the multidimensional event? How can I word this? How can I use the words to lead people into a state? Of course, if I'm just experiencing as like a spiritual person in my own practice, maybe these questions wouldn't be so obvious, but because it is my journey now, I'm not questioning. I want to speak about it, and I want people to allow me to speak about it, meaning that I try to speak about it, these questions. How did I try? Of course, I have been speaking in several podcasts, not too many, and YouTube interviews, nothing to do with this. They were beautiful and very nice. But I tried to bring this topic in some Facebook groups. That seemed like, big insights going on. I thought I would just bring up some questions and find some like-minded people who can just join and philosophize with me. And then not this exact question, but something implying that I wanted to receive opinions of people on these kind of issues, topics. And the response was very interesting. Go into stillness, go into silence, and stay in nothingness. These are very good insights, very wise. But when I ask about questions about how does it manifest for you, or after this, what is coming for you? How do you resonate with this in your journey? So maybe people don't want to share because it is so personal. Maybe they are grasping it themselves, or they have already grasped and, in that state of mind, and they don't see any point in speaking. But at the same time, I felt like there are some kind of cliches around it, or taboos around it. People don't want to speak about these kind of things. I didn't think spirituality had that. It was it just sounded like more religion had the taboos. I came across, as recently, probably people are maybe aware. Maybe you might be saying that, Nusra, have you become aware of it just now? Spirituality is full of taboos. Is it really? I didn't name it, label it that way, define it that way. Of course, there are this kind of modalities, they do this way, they approach this way. But do we not talk about it? what I want to talk about, silence and nothingness. Maybe I should just speak about it since I created this chance. Okay, is silence silent? This is what I want to talk about. I want to hear about. Is silence silent? That is an important question. And what does it bring up for you? For me, it is huge. Because whenever I experience silence, I mean, I was loaded with huge information. Is silence silent? That is my question. Maybe I just want to ask the question. Maybe I just want to ask the question. Why people think that silence is lack of words, if silence is not silent? Are we confusing silence with absence of words? Absence of self-expression? How come it is silent if silence is not silent? I really want to ask these questions. If there's any cliche, I just want it to shatter, just be, divided into 1,000 pieces. Let's talk about nothingness. Nothingness is absence of things. What is nothingness then? How does it feel when I ask that? Let's talk. I so hello. That means it feels deep. Is nothingness absence of things? When people talk about or advise others to keep quiet, find silence, or be in nothingness, do they mean that keep quiet, or like detach from this and that, and it is about matter? Is silence is empty? No. Is nothingness empty? No. Or are we confusing what it is with the word itself? Sometimes when you want to talk about it, when you want to use the words, it is actually not, it may not be an attachment to the word. Maybe it is, you are more aware that words can be tricky. So silence is not absence of words or thoughts, and nothingness is not absence of things. I think there's a lot of confusion around what the word means in the social dictionary and what it means for us in the spiritual life, spiritual journey. And therefore, the advice we give to each other is creating a different barrier sometimes. This is why probably I wanted to talk about silence. Because this way I can be silent. I can open up my silence with words. And the nothingness is a state of being. Sometimes I wonder if human beings are trying to cancel themselves out of existence, from the existence. how do you word this? Sometimes I ask the question whether human beings, we are trying to cancel ourselves out from existence. I'm sure there are so many beautiful souls giving this kind of reminders and knowing deeply what they mean in their state of being. They experience it and share. And I ask all the souls that I hope you understand that I wanted to speak about it. I bring out the questions as a way of being present to them and send you my love and joy. If you have any comments, please speak, please share. I would love to hear what do you think. Share and reflect what I am saying. If I make sense. Cool.